Why would they do this? Why would they go back through cities that almost universally were threatening them? Because there were believers in those towns, and they needed follow-up. There were baby Christians there, still drinking milk. There were seeds in thin soil that needed tending to. And this shows us something that we already knew, that Paul and Barnabas' goal is not just to get home. Their goal is not even to rake in some big salvation numbers, as big as they could on their trip. No, the goal was to equip people in these cities to endure in their faith. I hope that's what you see as your job here at Kirby Woods. If we are not producing mature disciples who can endure the tribulations of life, we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. If I'm not teaching you how to study Scripture and get meat out of it on your own, and you just get addicted to cotton candy, I have failed. You need to be able to stand on your own spiritual 2 feet, because the first time life smacks you in the mouth, you don't want to crumple like a Nutri-Grain bar on a freshly vacuumed carpet. You need to be like how old products were made, built to last, durable, resilient. Like that old refrigerator in your grandparents' garage that you could survive a nuclear holocaust inside of. The one that still keeps the glass bottle RC Colas and Yoo-Hoos cold after 50 years. You know the one. Durable like that. So I hope you see the goal of this church is not just to reach a perpetual revolving door of guests while neglecting the spiritual growth of people who stay here for a long time. No, we want you to be on the conveyor belt of maturity and discipleship. You may be a baby Christian. You may come through the doors as a guest the first time. But the goal is that you would not stay a baby Christian. That 10 years from now, you're not who you were, that you've grown, that you're plugged in. There are some churches that say, we don't do discipleship, we do evangelism, and when they're done with us, we send them to another church. That's crazy. You can't be a biblical church and do that. Ephesians 4:13 says, we are to attain mature manhood to the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ, so that we may no longer be children tossed to and fro by the waves and carried by every wind of doctrine. We are to be rooted, built up, and equipped for the long haul. Paul and Barnabas believed this so much that instead of taking the shortest route home and touting their numbers, they go back to follow up in every city they've been to.